If you think something is a long shot, if you think your dream is like way out there, coming from a girl that didn't have much, but just a dream and faith, like it could happen for you.
Every day I wake up like a boss and I be thinking Jesus fake is trying to get up in my circle. I don't really need him. We were saying we.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina, and today I wanted to share with you a story that's very close to me. It means a lot, and maybe I could help a few of you guys out if you're interested in design and if you have a company in mind that you want to work for or intern for. I hope this video helps you. Just to give you a little context, I've always wanted to design since I was 11 years old. I googled top fashion schools in the US and FIDM popped up, right? So ever since I was little, I just knew I was going to go to FIDM. I was going to design somehow, and I didn't really have much experience, to be honest with you. But come years later, I applied to FIDM, and I graduated with an AA in product development, and then I did the bachelor's degree in technical design. So in product development, my last quarter, it was my second year last quarter, I took a class. I believe it was called portfolio class. I seriously can't remember what it was, but basically we were building our portfolio to interview with our dream company or a company that we're just interested in working for. Ever since I was probably in middle school, I had my eye on this one company. I don't know if I could say the company, but basically, let's just say it's a bridal brand, it's a couture brand. I noticed most people at my school and my major, they were into streetwear, denim companies and ready-to-wear companies. And honestly, for some reason, I don't know, I just really resonated with bridal and couture. So every project we had at FIDM, I would somehow incorporate bridal into it. So I take this portfolio class, and I'm like, okay, this is my chance to put my heart into this project. And in my mind, this company was a long shot. When I would go on Indeed or LinkedIn or the FIDM portal, I never saw a job opening at this company. So I was like, you know what? This is my last quarter. I'm gonna do what I love, not what people want me to do. So I just designed bridal gowns. I designed evening gowns for this portfolio, right? And I didn't think much of it. The dreamer inside me was like, you know what, I'm gonna work for this company in my mid-20s, my late 20s, because it's just a long shot. It was just too good to be true to work there like a year after. So portfolio class ends, and I decide to apply to the technical design major because I just wanted to know how a garment is constructed. So when it comes to FIDM, I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. Not a lot of people go there with a bunch of money. Personally, for me, I got financial aid. That's how I was able to go to FIDM. I always had an internship. I always had a job through FIDM while I was in school. And I remember this one quarter, it seemed like, everything was falling apart because I recall this one time where my family and I didn't have like a steady place to live at. So we would just bounce place to place. Sometimes I'd live with my family members, and I don't want to go on like a huge tangent, but it was during that time where we didn't really have like a place to stay. There was a quarter where I couldn't go to school because something happened with financial aid and I didn't have the money to pay in full, so I couldn't go there. But I still had my internship, right? It was a good internship. I am so blessed for that company for growing with me, because I started at the company doing like basic intern stuff, and then like towards the end of it, I really got to know how to make the clothes. So I'm like definitely blessed for that. But something in my mind told me there was something bigger out there for me. And even though I couldn't go to school, didn't have a place to stay, I just wanted to make it happen, right? So just to give you a little context, to get to my internship, I don't live anywhere near Los Angeles, right? And this is where FIDM is. This is where like most of the fashion industry is. So I would wake up at the crack of dawn to take the bus. Then I would take the subway and then an Uber to get to my job. So this one time where I was just defeated, you know, it was just one of those days where you just feel like there's no opportunity, like when is my life gonna start changing, right? But yeah, so one day I'm randomly on the bus, right? It's probably like 5:30 in the morning, and I type in this company's name. I didn't expect to see anything pop up, but it said they were looking for an intern. I think it was like a product development intern. I didn't care what position it was. I just told myself, you know what, I'm gonna apply when I get home. So I look at the job listing, and it was posted a month ago. And personally for me, I don't know about you, but thoughts of just like, oh, they might have picked somebody already because this was posted a month ago. Maybe they just didn't take the job listing off. Like all those thoughts started running in my head, and I kept convincing myself that I shouldn't apply. And this internship was farther away as well than the internship that I had. But my sister was like, you know what? Like, what if they didn't pick somebody and you have a whole portfolio dedicated to their brand? She just said, just apply, and if you get a response, you get a response. If you don't, you don't. At least you tried, right? Half the battle is showing up. So I submitted my application, didn't think much of it, and a week or two later, right, I'm cutting fabric at my other internship. I get a message from one of the people that work at my dream company, and they said, when are you free? We would love to interview you. And my heart just dropped, because just getting a response from them, I didn't even get the job yet, but I was just so grateful that they saw my resume, even with little experience, and they wanted to interview me, right? And so now I want to get into what exactly I did in my portfolio. Just in case some of you guys don't know where to start with your portfolio, maybe this could help you. This is what I did. It probably won't work for everybody, but this is personally what I did. I made a page dedicated to their mission statement, and I kind of dissected their target customer. So I think it's very important to have them know you know what they stand for, you know their customer, maybe you're one of their customers. The third page, or one of the pages, was really taking the time to study different body shapes and different types of dresses, and explain why they're flattering, because I really wanted this company to know that of course it's a beautiful dress they designed, but I wanted them to know that I knew what made that design so special. So not only did I just make a collection for them, I really wanted to let them know the logic behind it. I just pretended that I was the designer for this company. So I made a theme, I made a color palette, I made a fabric page, and I designed maybe like 5 or 6 dresses. I wanted to make it clear, all the internships I've ever had, I never wanted to come in trying to convince them that I knew everything, right? I wanted to go in there with confidence, and I wanted them to know that I was passionate, but I wanted them to know that I'm willing to learn and grow with the company, because that's the whole point why I work, and is because I want to learn more. So I think going in there with like a humble heart and just an open mind, people are attracted to that. And also, this is just another tip for interviews. Kind of just be yourself, because at the end of the day, they want to hire somebody that they could picture working with every day, right? Because if you have all the correct answers, that's great, but you don't want to be like too robotic. And I remember one of my teachers, I had an interviewing class. That's why I appreciate FIDM, because they took the time to like teach us how to answer questions in an interview. And I remember for the final, my teacher like pretended to interview me, and he told me I was too serious, and I didn't realize that. I was like very uptight and very like, I kind of like frowned, but I mean, it takes practice, you know. Personally, I'm a shy person. and it takes a lot for me to just like get out of my shell. But when it comes to my passion, when I'm around people who I love, that's when the extroverted side comes out. But yeah, that's just a tip, that just go in there and be yourself, you know, because at the end of the day, they are hiring to work with you on the daily, not just like for the right answers, you know, because I think people are always willing to help you if you ask for help. And I just went in there and put my heart on my sleeve, and I was just like, hey, like, this is me, this is my portfolio. And she ended up loving it, right? And in my head, I was like, you know, I'm waiting there in the waiting room, and I'm like, you know what, if I don't get this internship, it's okay. I made it this far. The fact that I even get to show this portfolio to one of the head people there is just a blessing. So I just wanted to keep in my head, even if it doesn't work out, it's okay, because just getting my name into the door, shaking their hand, just meant the world to me. So it goes, I think the internship or the interview went well. And all of a sudden she goes, oh, so do you want to take a tour of the place? And in my head, I'm like, okay, I didn't get the internship because she's probably asking me if I want a tour, because this is the last time I'm going to step foot in this place, and she knows I'm a big fan of this company, and that's it. But I didn't care. I was like, yeah, I want a tour. So we go around, and it was just a dream, because this company had a production place, a design room. It was just a huge facility, and it was just a dream. And I was just grateful. I was like, you know what, if I don't get this internship, I made it this far, and that's all I could ask for. I did my best. I'm cutting fabric at my internship, and they say, oh, it was like nice meeting you. When can you start? Right? And I just couldn't believe it, because everything that was happening during that time, like I was literally like living in a motel room, okay, with all my family in one room. Okay, and then I couldn't go to school, and I had an internship, but like all my money was going to transportation. And the fact that they said yes, I was just like, what is life? And the reason why I don't want this to be like a sob story, but or like to have pity on like hard times, but I just want you guys to know that despite your circumstances, if you really love something and you're passionate, just do as much as you could do to get there, to put your foot in the door. And after that, just let it go. And if it's meant for you, it'll be meant for you. And as soon as you know it, the next week I started, and it was an absolute dream, and I learned so much there. And this is kind of sad, but it kind of broke my heart, because it was, I mean, an internship normally is like 3 months. You're lucky if it's like an ongoing internship. But this internship, I quit my other job just to be here, just to be at that company, because it was my dream. I don't care how much money they were paying me. I was like, I'm gonna go. But it ended quick. And now reflecting back, that was my dream. I just wanted to work there, and I always knew I was going to do something on my own, but my ultimate dream was to work for that company. And sometimes I was like, I'm like, God, why did I just have this job for 3 months? You know, I try to convince myself that, you know what, I'm grateful, I'm here, and that's it, and I'm going to move on with my life. But it like really broke my heart. I'm like, why can't I stay longer, right? I saw this video not too long ago that really kind of explained why seasons come and go, no matter how long or short they are. And they basically said sometimes God brings you into the room because that's your destiny. He's showing you your destiny first, right? And maybe you're not going to be the center of attention. Maybe you're not going to be like the smartest on the team, but you're a hard worker, and there's a bigger plan for you. So, you know, it's just funny, like how God works. Like, I thought my dream was going to come later in life, but it came literally a year later. So be careful what you pray for, be careful what you ask for, because it could come. And don't waste a season, even if you're at maybe a job that's not teaching you as much as you wanted to learn, or you're in a position where it just feels like you can't get out. based on my experience, like my past jobs, sometimes I would sit there and be like, what am I learning? Why am I here? Like, I'm never going to use this. But some habits that I formed at other jobs came in handy for the next job. So don't waste a season, because sometimes you're going to have to learn something during that season to carry on with you in the next. If you think something is a long shot, if you think your dream is like way out there, coming from a girl that didn't have much, but just a dream and faith, like, it could happen for you. And I really hope it does. Just persevere and work hard and keep learning. You know, potential is nothing without action. And I've always had people tell me, like, you have potential, but you don't grow into that potential unless you take action. So you never know. Like a month or two or a year from now, you could find yourself at your dream place, your dream internship, your dream job. So don't give up, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, I'll be busy balling.